Dun, 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 dun. Get your head in the game. Toss great across the 50 space plug in the microphone. Somebody turn the sub. Toss great across the 50 states plug in the microphone. Dallas Sports Talk Radio. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. DSTR Fastest Talk Show going in the Metroplex. Always local, always live, every day, Monday through Friday, between 9 and 3. Number one talk radio show dedicated to local talent. There's no debate. If you like it, we love it. If you missed it, we will talk about it. Subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media. We are talking live on the corner of Keast and South Lancaster Road, live in the studios. Salute the service to all the veteran service members plus first responders. You or someone you know are experiencing crises. We have a link on our website to information that may or may not be helpful. You never know unless you reach out to someone. DallasSportsTalkRadio.com. WNBA Draft 2024. So, first of all, who watched? Pass. Caitlin Clark. That was all the talk. Caitlin Clark, going number one, going number one. So, well, Caitlin Clark did go number one. For those who did not get a chance to check out the WNBA 2024 draft, uh, Caitlin Clark was taken by the Indiana Fever, number one overall. And there was a lot of hype going surrounding Caitlin Clark. People were saying that she's a generational talent. Even Ice Cube offered her $5 million to join the Big Three, which I consider to be an ingenious marketing move. So, like I told y'all, we live out here, Keys and South Lancaster Road at the studios, live. Dark train going by. So, if you hear the dark train, you know that we are live. And oh, we're talking about the 2024 WNBA draft. And how do you feel about it? It was a big showing last night. The women looked spectacular. They didn't look like basketball players. They didn't even look like athletes. They looked like women, ladies. It looked totally different. It felt good to see the women dressed to the T, had their bling on the way that women wear bling, the way that it's supposed to look. In my opinion, I'm a man, and things that look good to me as a male may also appeal to those that, this is not a political show, so we don't get into here or there. Your sexual preference is your sexual preference. My sexual preference is what I saw at the WNBA draft last night. That's what my sexual preference is. So subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media at Dallas Sports Talk 2. That's Dallas Sports TA2. Or you can subscribe to our website, DallasSportsTalkRadio.com. We're just sitting here in the studio live, listening to the dark train run up and down the tracks, thinking about some of the things we saw in the WNBA draft 2024 at the Brooklyn Music Academy of Music in New York. I said the Brooklyn Music Academy. Oh, was it Brooklyn Music Academy or was it Brooklyn Academy of Music? We'll get all that straight in a minute. So the funny thing about this draft, we got a couple of things that we want to talk about with the draft. Besides the women looking spectacular, I can't keep saying that enough. That's what I'm talking about when you talk about making me want to watch the WNBA. Keep what was that girl name? Dallas picked up J.C. Shelton. That one, number 2 overall. Yeah, Angel Reese, yo. But, you know, like I said, we're not about that. We want to get on this right here because WNBA Draft 2024, Dallas Wings chose J.C. Sheldon, a guard out of Ohio State, with the number 5 pick, if we have our numbers correct. So, if you are familiar with women's tournament that happened in March, crowning the undefeated South Carolina Gamecocks, Lady Gamecocks, as the national champion after going 38-0. Coach Don Staley undefeated in her pursuit to an undefeated season. It's just funny how leading up to the WNBA Draft 2024 up at the Brooklyn Academy of Music in New York, that all you heard about everywhere was Caitlin Clark. Now, there's nothing wrong with people talking about Caitlin Clark. I think, well, we think that WNBA does not receive as much of the positive publicity as it should. At the same time, here's what we're going to show you where the WNBA missed the mark last night at its draft. Now, they had all these women in one place. This was the first time they allowed fans to experience the draft since 2016. So kudos to that. That was one thing that they did get right. I'm not saying that they got everything wrong, and we're not even here to critique, but we're here to say that I we here we love women's basketball. We've been watching women's basketball since Don Staley played at Virginia. That's how long we've been watching women's basketball. We've been watching the WNBA since Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Lisa Lobo, Rebecca Lobo. I said Lisa Lobo, Rebecca Lobo. We've been watching WNBA for the whole time the WNBA has been in existence. And somehow 2024, everyone wants to start speaking on the ratings. What about the ratings? The women's sports are getting the highest ratings that they've ever gotten ever in the history. And that's true. Women's sports have got the highest ratings based upon polls, but what are they doing to capitalize on it? So we didn't hear anything about Don Staley, head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks, a team in the South, over in South Columbia, South Carolina, one of the most racist places in the country for a Negro to walk the streets. Coach Don Staley goes undefeated. All you hear about is Caitlin Clark, which, if that's a marketing tactic by the WNBA, that's another thing we could clap our hands to. Kudos to the WNBA for taking the lead on marketing Caitlin Clark. But you missed the mark when it comes to drafting and promoting your league the way that you want to go forward with. We say Caitlin Clark overshadowed everything that happened in women's sports in the past 2 months. We'll say the past 60 days has been Caitlin Clark. And that's good because she achieved what she wanted to achieve by her lifetime goal of wanting to become a professional basketball player. She did that last night, becoming the number 1 overall pick by the Indiana Fever. And kudos to Caitlin cementing the best statistical basketball career ever, male or female. You have to throw that in there, male or female. We shouldn't have to, but this is talk radio, so male or female. So this makes her the best basketball player pretty much we've ever seen. And her professional career is just getting started. Where I say the WNBA missed the mark with the 2024 draft, who was the next biggest name you heard of in women's college basketball? Angel Reese. Angel Reese. How did Angel Reese not get drafted by the Dallas Wings? How did she end up in Chicago with the Sky? That's what I would want to know. If I could have Greg Bill, the president and CEO of the Dallas Wings, on this show right here, the first thing I would want to know, how did you not draft Angel Reese in Dallas? How did you not draft Angel Reese in Dallas? That's nothing else. How did you not? How could you not draft Angel Reese in Dallas? You let Angel Reese go to Chicago. The young lady played basketball at Louisiana State University. It's pretty much right down the road from Dallas, Texas. And you allow her to go to Chicago. That's all we got right now. We got to pay some bills at Dallas Sports TA2 on social media. Subscribe, like, engage, connect with us. Subscribe to our website. Angel Reese going to Chicago.